Remember when you were a little kid, and before you closed your eyes at night, you prayed to be older? Because life looked so fruitful and hopeful through your young eyes. You didn't understand that with age came a lifelong subscription of the knowledge of pain, that when the numbers turned to double digits, nothing could be the same. Because PG-13 marked the last time you needed a parent there while you watched a grotesque scene. People began to conspire this lie that with age you must accept this pain, so the only answer was to spoon-feed it to you because you were still a child in society's eyes. But what once was a plane is now a train, whistling to you a dark tune that will never leave your brain. So when I arrived at my preteens, a very important lesson was taught to me, one that revealed our history classes were wrong, that slavery has never really been gone. At first my mind couldn't comprehend the lesson exposed to me that day, that a man could lust after a child not even a fraction of his age, that a woman could prey upon the weak and welcome these kids into a hell they can never leave. As reality sank in, it became harder to breathe. 20 million on this earth are subject to the oppression that is slavery, but maybe it's 30 or 40 million because we don't really know. And can you imagine how big that number would be if everyone was held accountable? Because you think you can tell me that the politicians and rich aren't in on this scheme. I'm not so naive to ignore the fact that money screams, and money gets action, and money is greed, and my soul can be traded for paper? Wait, what? My soul can be traded for paper? Because here's the thing, drugs can only be sold once like many commodities, but according to the definition of human trafficking, I'm a commodity, because slavery has never really been gone. And my body is worth more than just one transaction, because my pimp expects me to build a whole damn industry. From my body, from my virginity. How come humans are now more requested than drugs? Is it because my body is your drug, that lust is your high, and my broken body is your only release? Damn you for stealing what belongs to me. And the scary part is that all of this is more common than it seems, because slavery has never really been gone. In your own backyard, this horror film plays scene by scene. Picture this. You're in a crowded space. Your palms are sweaty and your shirt feels just a little too tight. You're surrounded by strangers, molested by their body heat, exposed to the shoulders of people you'll never meet. You complain about the chaos because now the chaos is in you, yet you don't see there is a human being trafficked less than 10 feet away. But seriously, think about it this way. While you rage on about the conditions you face, that girl's face is covered in makeup to hide the bruises made yesterday. While your thoughts storm in directions of irritation and impatience, her mind is trying to see if maybe this time there is a way to escape. But deep down, she knows she will never leave, because slavery has never really been gone. He loves her, she chants to herself, because she can't allow her mind to reason. He buys me food, lets me get my hair and nails done, gives me a place to sleep. Pay no mind to the fact that the floor is cold and hard, with blood and fluid staining where she's forced to rest her head, or that 90% of the time there's a random man beneath her sheet, his feet tangled with hers like a lover's embrace, but she can't even remember his first name. And because damn it, life is worse alone on the streets, and she never knows what she will have to face when it comes to the police. She gazes around herself, desperately trying to get someone to read her eyes, to recognize this torment she feels inside, because slavery has never really been gone. She would scream out if it were not for the hand resting on her thigh, a hand that is connected to a man, a hand that not 30 minutes ago had forced its way inside. But she doesn't cry because she's learned to be dead inside. She doesn't know where she will be forced to go next, what she will be forced to do next, who she will be forced to do next, but she knows that every nerve in her body is jumping up and down, screaming at her to just try and run. But the one time she fell victim to these cries, she couldn't lay down for a whole week. She could barely even breathe, because slavery has never really been gone. So now when the man tells her to be quiet and to be good, look pretty and always sit still, do what you're told and never complain, because no monster wants meat that knows how to talk back. She just sits there and accepts the pain. Don't for a second tell me it was her choice to be there. Prostitution might be the beginning of this tale, but it ends in blood and pain, because sticks and stones and bats and cables break her bones, and words will always crush her. School only tells you about the tales of Spartacus and Tubman, slaves of our history that overcame and rose. But they forget to mention that these stories aren't the end, that 1865 didn't mark the freedom of all the slaves in the U.S., and war and poverty are not the only causes of modern slavery, that you or me, we could be next. Because slavery has never really been gone. We taught ourselves to fear the woman who's been up all night, selling her body to some random guy. But we blame the girl and not the man who cloaks himself in a thick layer of perversion we have convinced ourselves the woman demands. But even if we cared, there's nothing we can do, right? Is it so hard to raise awareness in some way? Or is it easy to mark the forgotten as gone and the children sold as simple casualties of this cruel world? You tell me to care for my backyard, to be aware of the people right in front of me, but the world is my backyard, and you chose to ignore what is right in front of you. You chose to squeeze your eyes shut so tight that the light can't get in. So in a way, you welcome the darkness your negligence has bred. But now you have the chance to use your voice, to be a voice, to let the light in, to open your eyes. Because slavery has never really been gone.